Hey there, this video may irritate you, and it's not, I'm not creating it to irritate you. I'm creating it to help you change your perspective when it comes to stress. Now, I was talking to a client the other day, and he said something to me, and he said, stress kills. And when he said that, we often have something that someone says to us that we've heard in the past, but you don't really like break it down and think about it. And that's exactly what happened to me with stress kills. I started thinking about it. I'm like, stress kills. Well, first off, what is stress? That's what the first thing I started thinking. What is stress? Second thing is, does it kill? Well, yeah, I guess stress can kill. Now, let me explain a little bit deeper into what stress is and what causes stress. You cause stress. Stress is all self-created. It's all down to our perspective of the way we're looking at circumstances that are happening to us. But the biggest picture is stress comes down to unmet expectations. The things that you know that you need to be doing or should be doing, and then you're not meeting up to those expectations. And you can look at that in every area of your life. You can look at that in your family, your fitness, your finances, your faith, your fun. We'll find a lot of unmet expectations. We also find that, like it said in our family life, like my son's 19, I'm 20. My son and his actions and the things he does right now, like for instance, waking up or going to the gym to get a workout in late at night, not what I would do. I wouldn't wait till late at night, right? Also, on top of that, having a bunch of caffeine right before, knowing that it's late at night, I wouldn't do that stuff. But I know better. I also know that I have to wake up a lot earlier than he does, and he can sleep in a little bit. He has that fortune. I also look back at when I was 19. What kind of decisions was I making at 19? So whenever we're starting to like with our kids, we start expecting as a 40-year-old me to act or to him to act like me, and I'm 40 and I've got double the amount of experience. It's never going to happen. So this can cause a lot of stress. Okay, so then like when I break that down to you, we create stress, and the majority of the time that we're creating stress from unmet expectations of ourselves. And look at that across the board is ideally what we'd like for the circumstance to be in the situation. We'd ideally like this result, and maybe we get this result instead. And it's different than what we actually wanted. And what we got to understand that ideally we're never going to be ideal. Ideal is perfect, right? And so breaking it down a little bit deeper, when I look at like stress and how individuals relieve stress, and that's what I want to give to you today is now that you understand what stress is and what's the ways that we can kind of relieve it and look at it a little bit differently. So there's three types of individuals that deal with stress. Actually, there's four types of individuals that deal with stress different ways. You have a pipe here, okay? So just for lack of better examples, you have a pipe. On this side of the pipe, we have production, the things that we have to get done. We want to be a great father, a great mom, want to be a great spouse, want to do great in business, want to do great across the board in everything that we do. So we have a lot of expectations that are upon us that we need to produce in, right? And so when we have this little small pipe that we're trying to put all of it in, on the other side of it, it's results. If everything goes through that pipe that we're putting in it, everything gets on the other side, we get the results that we want from it. But what happens with person number one is they cram all the expectations that they want to produce inside this pipe, and the next thing that happens is it explodes on them. And then they have to take the time to repair that pipe and start over again. And then they usually try to do the same exact thing again, trying to cram it all in and trying to get the same result that they got the last time. And they start to understand that they don't work that way. So then you have person number two. Same pipe. Person number two has all the things that they want to produce, and then they have the results on the other side. But now person number two's, they're a little bit clued in now, right? They understand that I can't cram all this in because then the pipe explodes. And once that pipe explodes, I have to repair it. So then I have to redo all the work that I already did. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put less through the pipe. So then what they do is they say, I've got too much going on, so I'm not going to work out. I'm going to eat drive-through food because I've got too much stuff going on. I may quit going on date nights because I got too much stuff going on. I'm going to quit doing all the fun stuff that I do that's non-destructive, that actually helps me release some stress because I got too much stuff going on. And then the next thing you know, on the other side, by taking more off their plate, what they actually have is they still don't get the results that they want because they're not doing what they need to be doing. So if they stop going to the gym or stop eating right, next thing they start happening is they still don't get the results they want to being that powerful role model that they want to be for their kids because they're not doing what needs to be done, and they're they're taking it off the plate so they can just handle stress a little bit more. Again, it's causing stress though because it's unmet expectations. They're still not meeting the expectations that they want. Now, person number three. Person number three has the same thing, trying to relieve some stress. And so the way that they relieve stress is they are going to put it all in the pipe. They're going all in. They're going to do it. They're going to be the best they can be, and all across the board. The only problem is they relieve stress in different ways. And these little holes are them relieving stress. They may wake up, they may go to bed way too late watching TV and eating foods that aren't in line with what they want. That causes them to wake up a little bit later and a little bit more sluggish. They may have a few drinks at the end of night to relieve stress. They may go for a couple smokes to relieve stress. The point is, they're doing and they're picking actions to help relieve stress, but these actions are still holding them back and being detrimental to where they want to go. And so what happens is they still don't get the results that they want, right? So then what do we do? How can we handle it all? Inside the Vitality Mill, inside of all my coaching programs, we have something that we call the Vital Four. It's a simple morning routine that helps make sure that we are depositing in all the areas that we need to deposit first thing in the morning. And the reason why we're doing that is we want to meet those expectations. So if we know that, hey, in the morning time, I know that I drank a green shake in the morning time. I know I text my loved one and let them know how much I appreciate them, how much I love them. I know that I studied a little bit and executed what I studied on inside of my business or whatever my job is, my career is. I know I invested a little bit of time and energy in that. So what happens is we're investing energy in our health. We're investing energy in our relationships. We're investing in our career. We invest in our faith, and we do this first thing in the morning. And why we do it first thing in the morning is because it's almost like a shield. That when we wake up, that we walk into work, we know, or work into our regular day, we know that stress is going to be there. We know that problems are going to be there, that issues are going to arise. But it changes the way that we're able to look at them. So by changing our perspective on that stress, like if I have a problem and I know that life is full of problems, then it makes it a lot easier for me to look at it and go, oh, this is part of it. How am I going to figure it out? And we're more focused, more confident, and more centered when we walk in, when we've taken care of all that needs to be taken care of first. And that's how we do it. That's what we preach inside the Vitality Mill, inside of my coaching group with the Grill Alliance, is we have this one thing that this is what I'm going to take care of today, because I know that once I walk into the office or once I start my day, that nothing's going to go right. That there's going to be issues, there's going to be struggles, there's going to be problems, and I've got to take care of myself and meet the expectations that I set for myself so that I can stand up and take care of everything that's going on in my life. My friends, problems aren't going anywhere. Stress isn't going anywhere. But we have to be able to have the capacity to take on more stress. The way I explain to my clients is a majority have a small plate, and they're trying to put more on a small plate. My clients have a large plate. They know that stress isn't going anywhere, but they're able to manage it all because they have enough space to be able to put it all where it needs to be put. My friends, I hope this makes sense. If it does, give it a like, give it a share it away, and more than anything, understand that stress isn't going anywhere, and that you create your stress, and all stress is unmet expectations. Have a fantastic day. You have any questions, don't hesitate to hit reply. Talk soon.